killed the rat? The
I
rat
didn't, they did.
specifically states in there that it can give you information if you feed it? You monster.
John, alright, so here's... No, we're not the monsters. Now, I want to make this perfectly clear. I was away from the computer, and I was not wearing my headset at the time, so I was not here to act as and I would have, too. I tried arguing for it, but we didn't get to retro, or retcon. Apparently, John saw the rat through a crack in the wall, or door, or whatever.
door.
Cracked open the door because everybody was being careful as fuck after having met the caster that had access to fireballs.
And fireball. I got hit with both of them.
Oh, I love that one.
So
Okay.
what's even better is that everybody, at least Jody was like, guys, like everything that everybody ever said in that campaign was exactly what they thought it was. Like, they walked up into a room and they were like scouting behind a door, and I said, okay, so you hear a person chanting an incantation, and then Xopan's just like, I kick down the door and rush him. I'm like, okay, start combat. And then I think Jody or John or Xopan or somebody said, chances are this, this caster might have fireball. I was like, you know what? You guessed exactly right. They have fireball, and I'm gonna cast it.
Yeah. Funny enough, they are casting fireball in your face.
And then they get up to the door, and John's like, okay, well, I'm gonna be careful now, and not do this the Xopan way. And so he cracked open the door, and they see a rat. I'm like, is that a giant rat? I'm like, nope, that is a normal rat and is scrounging for food. And John is like, okay, well, Kurt first does scout ahead, sharing sight with their familiar, and they scout up to the long hallway and find nothing. They're like, okay, well, let's proceed. And so John cracks open the door a little bit further to get a sight on him, on the rat with his bow, and then just fires. And then I pull up the initiative tracker, and then everybody runs into the room, and then I put it away. Like, yeah, guys.
Oh, I already have intimidating glare. God damn it.
I like that.
And then I put it away, and then I tell everybody what the module stated it was. Then everybody felt really bad.
Except for me.
As they should.
And then
Yes,
I came back
well,
and found out
I
it
was
dead.
not party to killing it, so I don't feel bad.
Then they went through the 2 doors and then found that coffin with the gelatin inside.
Yeah.
And Xopan stuck their hand in. A ghostly weapon appeared and started to attack, and I pulled up the initiative tracker again. And no damaging effects worked on the weapon, and it worked on Xopan. And everybody just came to the conclusion that we should just grab what's in the sarcophagus and just leave. Except there was nothing in the sarcophagus.
Yeah, my players haven't quite gotten there. They just dealt with the gauntlets.
Yes.
Hey, Code.
Yeah.
Question for you. And where's your headset, mother? Oh.
Level up complete.
Barbarian Instincts. When does that come into play, or how does that come into play?
Can you pull that up?
I remember. I was gonna weigh in on that, but then I remembered that I fucking started mine at level 8. Or was that... No, I started mine at level... I don't know. Ignore me.
Because if I click on instincts, because it shows you the levels that you get them
Instinct starts at level
Oh,
1.
it does.
at. You get your first one at first level. So right now you would have Titan Mauler,
Okay.
and then it says specialization ability level 7. Increase the damage from rage when using a large weapon from 6 to 10.
Tasty damage.
Yeah.
So I don't gain another instinct?
No, you just
Okay.
stick with the one you have and just get worse things from it.
Okay.
Like at level 9, you get resistances when you're raging. The instinct is basically your subclass.
Ah, okay. Because I just found that, and like a couple of the things that would be helpful for me to take require spirit instinct, and I don't have that. So I didn't know what they were.
Oh, well, I mean, Spirit Instinct would be, not Titan Instinct.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize that the Titan thing was an instinct as well. I wasn't aware. Okay. Never mind then.
Yeah, because you picked up the Titan Instinct, and then when you pick up that, then it gives you Titan Mauler.
Ah, gotcha.
I do want to make an animal instinct barbarian at some point.
Like I wish I would have known that, because that would have been helpful to take on the spirit instinct, because we have that in the family line, so that would have made more sense. Oh well.
Look, you chose damage.
Yeah,
and
well,
I can't fault you for that.
well, that's usually my playstyle: is hit first, don't ask questions.
Well, you picked the correct subclass for that then. Because, god damn, it does so much damage.
I know.
Like with mine, at level 8, if I rolled a 1 on damage, I'd still be doing 17 damage.
Yeah.
I was using a large size scythe, and it had striking, so it was doing 2d12 damage plus like 16.
Sorry, I had to plug my headphones in.
It was disgusting, and I loved it. And then he died, and I'm sad.
Aww. So I have to pick something that aligns with that then. You need Bubby. Ugh. Why is it always hard to level up?
And then I replaced that character with a fucking murder fairy.
Murder fairy?
It's
Damn it,
a
Telio.
sprite, which is a tiny sized creature. And she just, fucking tears people apart with her bare hands because she's a monk.
Oh my god.
Well, now she's tearing people apart with, like, strands of ki energy because she's doing jellyfish dance,
Oh jeez.
which gives her 5 feet of reach as a creature that is 6 inches tall.
Oh my god.
Yeah, as a tiny-sized creature, I had to literally be inside the enemy square in order to even attack them.
But still, that's a lot of reach.
That's why I switched jellyfish stance, because having to get in their square when the enemy has attack of opportunity and reach was just rough.
Yeah.
And it actually does just as much damage as Tiger Stance. It just trades out the possible bleed damage for the reach. That was a really good trade-off.
That's interesting. One of the skill feats for occultism is called crystal healing, which allows me to stimulate the body's natural healing abilities through the application of resonant crystals. Doing so allows me to use semi-precious stones in place of healer's tools.
Oh.
Which allows me to attempt treat poison or treat disease using occultism instead of medicine. Although it does not allow me to treat wounds.
I could see why, because real life crystal thing is more about healing what's inside than outside.
Yeah.
That's cool that translates.
I'm just gonna return with Shadow. It said it was 20 or 30 minutes, and it's not that long ago we said that.
Yep, and I'm sure everybody else still has to level up.
Yep.
Is it alright to take uncommon skill feats?
Yeah.
Alright.
So who did you start as for Bretonia?
I started as Birdlow in Lustria.
Okay.
Um,
Alright.
I was able just to be friends with the Huntsman and Itza, so
Nice.
After-
So you basically divided that continent into three, and then you went across the pond, and I'm guessing Rakan. Oh, you went up and confederated up north first.
Mhm.
Oh, I figured you would have confederated down south first.
there was really no confederation down south, though.
You have to do it normally.
I did it by research, for the most part. The only ones I actually confederated was
It
the
would have been Rapun's.
Yeah. I think there was only 3. Um, 3 different Bretonia factions that lived by the time I confederated the first one.
Hey, that's fair. You also have 10,000 chivalry points.
Yep.
Dear God, man.
Well, you know, the research. So these ones plus 4 chivalry every victory against Norska, plus 4 victory against Greenskins, plus 5 victory against Greenskins, Norska, Wood Elves.
I don't think
I
I've
didn't do
ever
the desert.
played Bretonia yet.
Oh, it's one of those things where you just build some solid frontline archers and then just all the cavalry you could possibly can. And you do not retreat.
I tried Volkmar. Goddamn. He instead of starting in the Empire, now he starts in fucking Tomb King territory,
Mhm.
which a lot of other places races start too. So that area is just like a fucking Royal Rumble these days.
Yeah, I love it when playing etc.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I was doing well, but yeah, So I took out. I attacked one of the neutral armies that had one of the books of the heck. Because the new thing about Volkmar is that he actually is also going after the books in the heck so he can seal them. So like the Tomb Kings, he gets bonuses for getting those. So I hit that army, defeated it. I didn't want to pursue it to finish it off. Because I wanted to recover damage and stuff. And plus, fucking beastmen were attacking my settlements while I was doing that, so I had to rush back to defend. And, I did that, and then they were sending 2 more down, and then that rogue army that I defeated for the Book in the Heck came back with a renewed full stack. I didn't know they could recruit. That's why I didn't finish them off. So I was getting attacked on that side, I was getting attacked by the beastmen.
Xopan, I had a rogue army get destroyed to the point where I don't know what... Oh, I know what happened. I had killed the rogue army's general, and so they got a replacement general that ran off with the army. Well, their general came back, and so they came back with 2 full stacks. I was furious.
Now they had these settlements, and they recovered so fast. And so I was getting hit by 2 stacks of beastmen, and then they were coming for revenge on my other side, and then Rapunzel had already declared war on me, and usually she's not that big of a deal, but she had the entire western side of the desert. And and I'm fucking paying Ssapriina money for him to not declare war on me, because he was also expanded a good chunk, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I can salvage this. I was working on a second army of gunners and fucking Hellstorm rocket batteries, but the settlement that the Beastman took out just happened to have the building for that, so that army got put in hold, and I couldn't finish it, and I couldn't retake it because the other army was coming in. It was horrible situation. I had to abandon that campaign because it was just going downhill pretty fast.
I had a this was Warhammer 2. I was playing with a friend. I was playing Ikit Claw because I didn't know how to play Skaven, and he was trying to teach me how to play Skaven.
Ikit Claw is the best way to learn Skaven, honestly, because
honestly, I did not do good.
He gets so many bonuses to the weapons teams.
The problem with it now, though, is the fucking minor settlement battles. It's very hard to use a weapons team with that, and pretty much every single minor settlement you attack is going to have a minor settlement battle, and it's horrible. I'm not even going to play Skaven until they update the mod that turns those into field battles.
I don't find too much of an issue with the minor settlement battles. I got screwed in one against the Ogre Kingdoms, but I'm learning more and more as I do it.
I don't particularly have an issue with it. I have an issue with the frequency of it, where it's almost literally every minor settlement.
It used to be that everything was just siege or field, though, so I do like the break in that, and I catch a lot of people out in the field. So
I want a halfway point. I want like 50% minor settlement battles, 50% field battle.
You know what had good settlement
like
battles?
They went from one extreme to the other, and it's like, why don't you try the middle first?
Mm.
Because I had a lead belcher doom stack before Immortal Empires came out, and it was just so hard to do because of all the minor settlement battles. Like on field battles, it would annihilate everything.
Yeah.
But then with settlement battles, it was a fucking hassle. I'll be right back.
What I don't like about the Bretonians is that their replenishment is pretty slow, and that you can't retreat.
Let's get here, so I'm going to run around that real quick.
I didn't hear what you said.
Hey, Code.
Yeah.
The wife's got -1 temp to their AC as soon as they leveled up, like typing in the 4 into the level on the character sheet. What can you track down what that is?
Yeah, I don't know if it's something I have to like adjust or anything.
Or did she get a -1 from a potion that you did?
Might be clumsy one. But that's not added into the conditions right now.
So, do I get rid of the temp -1 or?
Your inventory.
Hold on.
Are you encumbered?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, it does say
9 of 9.
yeah. I don't know.
So do I leave it, I guess?
One second.
Oh, I see you using my screen. Okay.
Well, it's not so much using your screen, it's that the character sheet is shared.
Yeah.
I believe we had that in there just because when you're using a large sized weapon, you're clumsy 1, which affects your AC.
Oh.
Because we went to conditions, typed, put clumsy in, then raised that.
Yeah, so you pretty much have the clumsy condition at all
Then
times.
for some reason it puts it out of minus. Okay, there we go.
Okay. I see. Okay. I just didn't know where that came from.
Yeah. For some reason, setting it to
Auto-resolved into a heroic victory.
Yep. That's because even though it's a heroic victory, it's mostly the garrison units that were dying.
Fair.
I'm more
That
curious why you have a minus 2 on your perception.
Hmm?
That and these guys, if they
Okay.
die, I just spend
Okay.
a turn and they're all back. So I really do not care.
Yeah, I don't know.
Welcome, Shadow.
One of the potions that you drank.
Oh. Okay. Because I was like, do I lose that? Because that was,
Yeah, because you were drinking, like the Dracard or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, everything's good on that.
Okay.
So this has been ominous music that the DM has been playing.
I've noticed.
Fine. Let's see what else I got.
I was not complaining.
Where are those guys?
You got anything in between Lord of the Rings and Monty Python?
It's a bit of a gap.
You know what? You're
I'm
asking
just
for
looking at the front page.
you're asking for natural forests, beautiful bird song, and an accordion.
The Raisetsu's jam.
Why does it keep breaking?
Mhm.
Oh, we're just changing songs, I see.
I'm trying to. But it is actually breaking here. I know what'll do. I know what happened. Which I guess is my fault. I had opened a second instance of Roll20 so I could read up on some of my notes for the other campaign I'm running in the meantime. While we had downtime, and I was logged in.
Oh, so it kind of overlapped a little bit.
Yeah, it screwed with its ability to figure things out.
So while we're waiting, and this is probably okay music for it, I wouldn't known I had a faux sponsor written for last session, and and the session before that, for that matter. I never read them off. Although the last one, probably a little inappropriate. It it was for a necromancer's unboxing videos. Promotion for his podcast, but unfortunately, it sounds like my promoter recently told me the the check kind of bounced, so we're not doing that one. Apparently, his tour has been canceled.
Not enough audience participation.
It's really sad too, because he actually had a promotion going on with it of you get front row tickets, and 5 years after your death, you get to be a member of the show. You get to be a guest on the show.
Yeah. Surprised he didn't make a killing.
Oh, he was. He was.
Oh.
But you know, his last gig was supposed to be in this weird tavern in an out of the way place before going to the capital. It was Longtown, I think, was where he was supposed to be going. The last show before the capital was built. The capital, you know, big concert there.
Was it that place at the end of the dead end?
Maybe it may have been. It's very sad stuff. You know, it's always sad to lose a sponsor. But when you're traveling around a fantasy world full of myth and magic and might and gods, I mean, not everybody's gonna be really ready for your podcast, and of course your traveling deadheads, fans, if you will, following you around, going town to town, and just wrecking the place. Not every town is very appreciative of that, and sometimes adventurers are an unfortunate. You know, these things happen. Is what I'm trying to say, and we do wish the necromancer the best on his next journeys.
You know what? That has inspired Raisetsu to make a haiku.
This episode also sponsored by Raisetsu's Haikus.
Rocks fall and you die. Please make a new character. Dungeons and Dragons.
That was your sponsor, Raisetsu's Haikus.
But it's Pathfinder.
Rocks fall and you die.
Xopan,
Yes.
you heard the math.
Well, you know, see, here's the thing about that. I have more characters.
I have more rocks.
Alrighty.
Oh lord.
So, what a great way to start us up. So you guys did defeat the Necromancers and his horde of undead. This town, wayward as it was, would have provided the perfect staging area for an attack on the capital.
For a second, I thought I accidentally turned the music off somehow.
You guys have, in fact, prevented an enormous amount of death and destruction. Not quite enough, though. The town of Longtown, with the exception of a few old people who have decided to live out the rest of their days in quiet solitude, have decided to abandon the town. They are all going to go to the capital. The fishermen, dock workers will be able to find work quite easily. Farmers, there's always more fields to till. No one is too worried, and they'd rather be closer to help because very rarely does help find itself situated inside their tavern. A few people, however, have not decided to move to the capital. In fact, they have decided to not settle down. Well, they are a far cry from an adventurer's prowess. A few have decided to join up with the former bandits and following your crew, your group, wherever your adventures may lead, where they can provide food, skills such as additional hands with crafting and whatnot. The wheelwright is following along. The tavern keep. They have decided to busy themselves with many of the logistics of your adventuring group so that you may focus on the adventure itself. After a couple more days in town, you've finished the crafting projects you've had going. The tavern is cleaned out. Buildings shuttered. If you didn't know any better as you slowly left the town, looking back at it, you would assume that the zombies had been successful at overrunning the town, with how still it now seems. You head out on the road. Stretch it out ahead of you. What do you do?
Well, I suppose while we are traveling, I'm going to have to rewind this. So why don't we all stop for lunch? How far would we get? About halfway through the day. We're heading towards the capital we were asked towards?
Yeah, you were asked to head towards the capital. It is gonna be a week-long journey to the capital. Maybe more if you keep time with the refugees. It's what they're now calling themselves.
Well, we might as well keep pace with them. How much small time does that add?
By keeping everyone together as a group, you should arrive at the capital within 10 days.
Oh, that's not too bad.
We're going to the capital to starts with a C.
Yeah, we're joining up with the guard dude, aren't we?
To coordinate operations to take out the Bandit Queen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That is what was asked of you. Whether or not that is what you decide to do when you show up remains to be seen.
Well, let's I'm not going to be, I will not be driving this. I will not be driving this wagon any faster than the refugees. They might need some help along the way. You never know if someone's going to get sick.
I forget. Were we also promised reward on getting to the capital? Or am I misremembering that?
Aren't you a soldier? Why are you worrying about the money?
I'm asking that out of character.
You vile profiteer!
Because I completely don't remember.
I can see why they deactivated you now.
No, for one,
They
it's out of
What
character.
was your role,
Two,
quartermaster?
I wasn't deactivated. I fell in the fucking greatest battle that ever existed on this planet. And three, how do you expect a soldier to make much of a difference with just a stick?
I wouldn't say the greatest battle ever. Greater battles will come.
Well, that's been so far.
Also, your stick seems to have been doing quite the work so far.
Well, I want a better stick.
There are many trees in this forest.
I want a magic stick.
Now you're just needy.
Well, the words, goddamn. I'm going for a staff of divination so that I can use the staff to cast True Strike and then Spell Strike. It's gonna be juicy.
from an out-of-game perspective, that makes sense, Xopan. From an in-game perspective,
That sounds like you're stepping on my toes.
I mean, this is the thing. Look, you cast spells and stuff. I smack things with a stick.
to
Alright,
answer
so-
your question, you were promised a reward for dealing with the bandits in the area, as well as the necromancer.
Okay.
Curiously enough, for only leaving a day ahead of you, Martin is nowhere to be seen.
I mean, that's expected. He doesn't have as many people.
But even on the first day, you would have expected to see a campfire in the distance.
Yeah, like some kind of sign that he did leave before us.
I forget.
You
Was
would have
he?
expected to pass by a camp or any kind of track or trace.
I mean, perhaps that means that he's gone to the capital with hardly a rest.
Figment of my
Perhaps.
imagination.
So, I mean, we are going slower than usual. We have a caravan.
Plus, his type is meant to move without being tracked.
They are. They are.
I'm not expecting to be able to see him.
I just thought I'd give you the results of the secret perception checks I've been rolling. That's all.
Okay. Do I have good perception? I'd like to have good perception. I have halfway decent perception.
I have a ball for that.
So,
I think we're about to lose Ssapriina here. The computer's kind of.
oh, that's not good.
I think it's shutting down from power. She hasn't plugged her laptop in and it's running a lot of things.
Ah,
So we might
She's
lose her
gone.
in a minute and then we'll get her back.
Yeah, my screen just randomly turned blue with a loading circle, so
Oh yeah. Do you have
give
a-
me. Let me see if I can get it back. If not, I might dip out for a minute and just get my back together.
that's fine. So, what do you guys do on the trip?
Did we give
Most
runes
of
to
the
everyone that
town-
needed it?
What?
Did we give runes to everyone that needed it?
I believe so.
I mean, Ssinssrigg is going to be driving, winding up the clockwork, or fixing Lucas to wind up the clockwork for him.
And then, unless something you dealing with crafting or magic craft needs to be done, Kari Hel will be driving the other cart. And whoever is riding in that.
Suppose I would just be passing time telling stories, and when we are taking a break, probably reading fortunes.
Gradlid's just gonna keep a lookout for like an attack. Big group of refugees is a juicy target.
Ssapriina, you wanna train together? Oh yeah, he's not here.
Ssapriina died.
The
We
spark
need a
relay
barbarian.
system is currently
Hold on a second.
malfunctioning.
Ssapriina's taking a nap right now.
Well, then I'll be training by myself then.
Here, use this ball as target practice.
Put on this
Ssapriina
blindfold.
says sure. She will train with the Hakari. Or high trucks, or whichever one.
Both of them.
If you're expecting rolls from her, we're gonna need the DM to pull up the sheet instead.
I'm not expecting rolls. You guys train. It actually becomes a little bit of a spectacle at night. People like to watch a couple hours of you guys training back and forth. Picard learning to, instead of taking the brunt of blows, turning the blows with the shield, turning hits into near misses. And to her credit, Ssapriina gets better at messing with the momentum of her blade so that when a near miss occurs, she gets right back into the next strike without fail.
And then Gradlid trips one of them. Beware of your surroundings.
I feel like you just invoked the 2v1.
Right.
3.
Bring it. No, don't
It
bring it.
w-
That's a
it-
terrible idea.
High trucks, his mount, and big German damage.
Yeah.
That's a 3
The
against one then.
Raisetsu.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids the first few days they really enjoy your fortune telling. They sit and listen to you talk, bringing one of them up to have their fortune told.
Let's focus on like what they were, their past life. Focus little and vaguely on the future, since I would just give like some generically uplifting comments, I guess. I don't want to actually like doomsay anyone.
That's fair.
And I'm pretty sure my familiar is just pleasant to look at for kids, as I'm telling these fortunes and watching it swirl about.
Yes. They are entranced, with many saying that the way the stars dance about reminds them of a slow moving fire. And in fact, some of the kids start nicknaming the guy the Cold Fire because of that, because of the way the stars dance. When you are on your 7th day, however, An old lady comes up to you and asks her fortune to be read.
Well, of course. This is both entertainment for me and, you know, we all have a bit of curiosity that needs to be handled. So, would you like to know about your future? Or something a bit more disturbing?
She asks if you could tell her if she would ever see her sisters again.
I feel like Nagai would coalesce into a pitch black orb with no stars as he begins to look for anything in it, and would just find a single star by itself. Well, found one. I found you after searching, but it doesn't mean you're always going to be alone. It's more of a luck and effort and time. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be much of help here. It's really up to fate. Sorry.
She thanks you for your honesty and chuckles dryly as she says, I was afraid of that. All my spells were saying the same.
Well, at least you can always talk to them from beyond.
Perhaps.
It might actually be easier if you try to search for a median. They seem to have an interesting way of passing on a message.
She she again thanks you. And mentions that she should probably start crafting her message then. It is always a pleasure to meet one who can understand the importance of gifts.
Oh, and free gift is always welcome.
She pulls out a box, and as she sets it on the table in front of you, she says, I have another one grateful. You have done me another service, Star Child.
Well, I guess a free gift is always welcome.
You
Thank you.
recognize the box.
Yep.
You unburied one just like it in the forest.
Yep. Had a feeling who I was talking to. Well, thank you, and pleasant dreams.
She wanders off to the edge of the camp. You have a feeling that she would be very easy for you to find, no matter where you are, should you think.
All right. Kind of have an idea of what's in the box, but I won't know until I open it. So, if nobody else is coming up to me for fortunes, then I guess I'm just gonna see what's in it.
She waited till most of the kids that day had had their fortunes told, and the others were starting to shuffle off to bed. So, by the time the two of you are done, the crowd that you've become accustomed to has dispersed.
It always last to bed. At least I get to see a pleasant night sky.
Inside the box is a smooth green sheet. A smooth green rock. Flat.
Okay.
Tracing along this green rock is stripes of inlaid gold in a mystical and mystifying pattern. All angles, never curved, but straight lines and angles that almost seem to weave within each other, but never truly cross. You have seen nothing like it before.
Well, suppose I would need a little help figuring out what this is. Otherwise, I mean, I'll spend the night with it, see if I can figure out what it is myself, and then if I can't, well, I guess we have other people for that. So there is another thing that I can be doing while we are just passing time.
What is that?
I have a cantrip called Summon Instrument. I can be doing some background music for the caravan.
So you're basically going to be the radio for a little while.
Yep.
The mood is lifted so considerably by everyone's efforts. Be that the martial dance of two warriors training, fortunes, real or not, being told, music being provided, food being cooked. That by the time this caravan reaches the capital, every single former member of Longtown can look to the future with a sense of hope. Not lamenting what was lost, but excited for what the future may bring. The capital itself is it is a large city. Adorned, fashioned. It seems almost entirely off of marble. It rises from the fields around it. It rises from the grassland surrounding it, just a white spire. It is an inspiring view, to say the least. I am such a small image. I'm trying to find the image, or a better, I should say, a better version of the image that I had.
I'm assuming the place looks a lot different from the last time I've been here.
Yes. From the last time you were here, Gradlid, the entire city was, well, it was, what do I say?
It was all orange groves as far as the eye could see.
No, not orange groves. I'm gonna have to use this one. It wasn't orange groves. It was I mean, it was a large fishing village, really. The sea was its primary trade. Think like coastal England cities where it was some castles, like a couple large buildings a little inland, surrounded by a bunch of wooden structures stretching to the coast, and then just a plethora, a spider web of docks stretching out into the water. Now, however, it is well, I think I can just show you guys.
Oh, that's neat.
I like how when I click to magnify it, it's smaller.
Yeah, mine too.
I unfortunately, I have not found a really, I've not found a good, I've not found a good map. This is the best I've found for it. And the problem is it's tiny, but it doesn't have any of the stupid annotations on it either. So
I like the shape of the Capitol building in the middle.
mhm.
So that's where we're all headed, right?
Yep.
Like there's only one road in and one road out. It's kind of interesting.
The road, shortly after that road gets there, shortly off this map, it splits and spider webs out. But the one road in, one road out for the main part of the city at least means that you guys they only have one real gate to ever fortify.
Mm.
Being situated with most of their city between these rocks. Gradlid, you're unsure if the town has been, if the shore was carved back or built up. What's not shown here is that southern rock. That's where the docks start, and they stretch out, almost increasing the area of the city by about half, just from this floating harbor.
Gradlid's just gonna whistle and be like, "This place got built up pretty good." I wonder if Stinky Pete still has a tavern here.
Considering how old you are, I highly doubt it.
Yeah, he's a dwarf. Dwarves live a while. I think. Like, I can't actually find an age for dwarves in Pathfinder.
They're about half as lived as elves usually, aren't
There
they?
it is, 350 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he'd definitely be alive.
Unless he was
Wait.
murdered.
Hold on. How long have I been out of action again?
300 years.
Oh, he might be still alive.
He's definitely alive.
He'd be up there.
Be an old man, but
Stinky Beef probably is not alive, but who knows? If his business did well enough, perhaps he turned it into a franchise and left it to his children.
These Stinky
That's
Pete's
strange.
everywhere. I woke up in the Stinky Pete's.
No. So, where do you go?
Currently, we have to park 2 vehicles. So we'd have to probably look for a stable or a place to store.
Wait, 2 or
Okay.
3? Because the cart you drove, Kari Hel, was that your cart or was that the one
Yeah.
that? Okay, then we have 3.
Yeah, because I went. We have your wind-up carriage or cart. I have a carriage, so more people transport, and then we have your original wagon.
Yes.
Gradlid and the others offer to stay with the cards
You're talking about
a
me
little outside of. Yeah, no, Gradlid,
again.
former bandit, as well as the wheelwright, the tavern keep. They offer to stay with the carts, at least for the day. That gives you time to go in, do any business you need. You won't have to pay if you guys have to head out again right away. But you know, do remember that they're out there because come nightfall, they're gonna need places to sleep too.
Yeah.
yeah, we can't forget everyone we've, picked up.
Hmm.
What would you like to do?
Well, I guess the real question is, are we staying the night or staying the week?
Probably a week or longer, because we are going to be coordinating with the capital to take out the Bandit Queen.
That
So
could
this is probably
very
going to
well
be like
only
our
take the
base of
day.
operation.
But we
The
also
way they were
lost our
talking, it
last place of
sounded like a
operation.
from the way they were talking, it sounded like a whole organization type deal. Probably requiring multiple destruction of campsites and whatnot.
The shorter the better.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
war to get to.
So let's set it for 2-3 days, then see how much we need to organize.
I guess we should probably look for a barracks or a guardhouse or something.
Oh, guess I'll look for lodging then.
I'll go with Gradlid and look for the barracks or guard's house.
A robot and a lizard walk into a guard's barracks.
Pathfinder. Nothing suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
We're not
Don't be
suspicious.
suspicious. Don't be suspicious. All right. Ssapriina, what are you doing?
And we're just at a stop in the road, right? We're not at like any kind of.
You guys are kind of pulled off to the side of the road in front of the gates.
I guess I can go with the two of them and look for something like concrete, like look for like a way station or something.
Okay.
Wait, is there guards stationed at the gate?
God damn it, Shadow.
Up.
How did you find that?
I'm assuming you're referring to the map.
Yes.
Google Lens.
God. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Almighty.
What did he do?
He
He
found a bigger
found-
map.
The.
There you go. That's bigger map.
Oh, that's a
And
lot clearer.
It'll actually zoom in when you click the thing.
Oh,
5 extra experience points to you, Shadow.
Way.
what amongst the party?
No. 5 extra to Shadow.
Oh.
We're just on milestone leveling, so it doesn't really matter.
That was what you gonna say.
That's
So,
So 5 points to Gryffindor.
That still annoys me.
is that gonna be dropped in the Map Me Bro section as well?
Oh, yeah.
Courage.
It is. It's. I am getting there. The file name obviously shows what I am pulling it from. So. But. So. Ssapriina's going with the others to find more of a way station, someplace to park.
Are there just like guards at the gate?
There
that we can ask
are.
for directions.
There are.
And obviously they'd see all the freaking refugees we just brought.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we wouldn't have to explain much about that other than say, zombie attack.
Where or why? Yeah.
Fill them in on that. Tell them what's his face is expecting us.
Martin.
Yeah. Martin's expecting us, and ask for directions of where to find him.
So you walk up to gate them.
Yeah. I figured that'd be faster than us just wandering around.
The guards, obviously, will stop you and you make a question of, this is a rather large caravan you have. What's the purpose?
Refugees from enter town name here. Longtown. Horde of zombies came and attacked it. We saved most of the residents, but they wanted to come to the capital for better protection.
Understood.
We're also
We will just have to check them as they walk in, but there shouldn't be any problems.
we were also my group was also supposed to meet up with Martin. He should be expecting us.
I was expecting you 3 days ago, but I see you stayed with the civilians. And at that,
Does he just
Martin-
like materialize out of nothing?
no. He walks from basically a side entrance at the gate. There was like a little office done up in there. Inside the portcullis, so there was no, I can go over to that later. But he walks out of there. It's like, still, I'm glad you made it. No problems, I assume.
Surprisingly, no. I was expecting at least one bandit attack. A group of refugees can be a very tempting target.
Yeah, we got this far pretty smoothly so far.
Very, very well. Was kind of hoping you would have been attacked and we'd have more information because of it, but we will make do with what we have, I guess. So, I can then assume that everyone in your group is here, right?
Yes.
I mean, we're still shy of the one.
Wait, who?
The one that stayed behind at the temple.
Yeah, you don't know if the
Oh,
one
oh,
is going to catch up or not. But
I
that's
just assumed he
fine.
came with the rest of the group.
Yes, no.
Did the
I'll have to
chosen
talk.
one at least?
I'll have to talk to him about it.
Did the chosen one stick with us?
No. That's why he's not sure if he wants Nuada to stick or to switch out the character. Jody's character did not stick around.
But that's the main character.
Yeah, well,
Not anymore. Luckily, this is D&D. The main character is all 6 of you. Congratulations. Sick mom now.
Alright, you guys better not all die on me again. I don't want to be the main character and do different.
Look, if I'm going to die, it's going to be probably just before Ssapriina cuts somebody's head off, and it will be tragic.
And I have already technically died, so.
Yeah, I've already killed the wife.
Thank you, honey.
Wait.
Thank
What?
the DM. Thank
Couple
the DM
problems?
for cheating.
Don't remember this, but okay.
What is this one? Session 8? In Session 6, when the first zombie wave, I went over to try and patch her up with battle medicine, and crit failed.
That didn't straight up kill her.
No.
After she had gotten knocked down from a critical hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
and
was
then I
almost
ran
completely
over,
dead.
and then I ran over to do the same to John, only to do the exact same to John.
If I
Critic.
remember, I don't remember that happening. It may have been a
Didn't she have
hero
Die Hard?
points thing.
Oh yeah, hero points.
Yeah, that's the only thing that saved my head.
Right. I didn't bend any rules for that. There's no reason to thank me. I just reminded you of the tools already provided.
yes, because players die easily.
Yes.
as we found out
Especially
before
in
we...
Raging's campaigns.
Hey,
It's not any fault of Raging. It's the modules. They are
And
mean.
also, our party composition was iffy, and
yeah.
we were still learning how to play this format.
You know, the
Like,
first party
I
comp
had
is
no
almost
clue
never the
what I was
best.
doing with my druid.
Yeah, and then we have the wall and the health battery. So it worked out.
Who is which at this point?
You are the wall.
Who's the health battery?
The
Leora.
cleric.
Oh,
Claire.
the heal bot. Okay.
Yep. And then
And-
Sir
and
Cleve
then-
caused the legs.
And then
Yes.
there's a murder fairy.
That does a surprisingly little amount of murder, but I'm not going to
Dang.
get into that right now.
She does the things.
Anyways, you guys are asked. Well, you're not asked. Martin turns to one of the people next to him, one of the guards next to him, and whispers a couple things. Then turns to the group and says, "Gather your group. Leroy here will take you through the streets. You will be given lodging. You'll have a place for your carts, your horses, your giant spider, your followers. All of that will be provided to you, as well as a change of clothes provided to all of you. Gonna make yourselves presentable because tomorrow you're gonna meet the king."
Raisetsu comes back. Hey, guys, I found lodging.
Well, this is before we enter the city at all, because they
Yeah,
stopped
it
us.
is. It is
Ah,
unfortunately.
all right.
They all let it
Damn
sit.
it.
Unless you snuck in somehow.
But okay.
Future
I had
sight,
my ways.
hello.
No.
Hey, Raging, go
Yes.
ahead and take the inspiration point because I do appreciate the I do appreciate the humor in that.
There's inspiration in it?
Unfortunately, it was a logistical issue.
Yeah, I thought we had already entered the city.
No,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do
that's why I
realize
had
that
to
by asking
clarify.
if there was guards at the gate.
so you all enter the city. You're all taken to one of the manors near that gate. Walled manor, 2-story. It doesn't look like anyone's living in it. But it is still given the bare amount of maintenance to keep it from falling into total disrepair. But Leroy takes you to the gate of the manor, fumbles with the keys a bit, unlocks it, opens it up, and hands the keys to to one of you.
Who's the most responsible?
Not me. And not Xopan.
Hey,
Oh.
Xopan's not responsible. Doesn't mean Gradlid's not responsible.
What does it mean?
I mean, I'm
I
not
guess
going to
that's-
reach out and grab the keys. So.
I'll take it.
You know, so the crazy, weird, magical lady.
Yeah. So Raisetsu will take the set of keys.
Okay.
And the change of clothes is assumedly formal since we're going to have an audience, right?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Yes, a fancy robe would do nicely.
Do I even have FOMO there?
I mean, your white lab coat is usually what doubled as your, fancy. You just dressed up underneath.
And didn't he say that they were providing us some attire? Or did
Yeah,
I
they
misconstrue that
were.
for him?
No, that they were going to give us fresh clothes so we could meet the king, so we didn't come in all like scraggly looking.
I mean, we have prestidigitation users.
That's the formal wear I put in character.
Yes, we have
Yeah.
prestidigitation users, but more importantly, I have restyle. And it doesn't just clean up the your material. It actually can change the color or overall design of your equipment or your clothing.
So you're
So we
basically
don't need to change your
tailor.
clothes then. Between prestidigitation and that, we can have any clothes and they're always pristine.
Well, it doesn't change
Oh
the
my
shape,
goodness.
size, or purpose of it. It essentially can make a leather jerkin look like a smart leather vest.
Well, can it make my robe look like a fancy robe? Like a robe that a noble would use?
That's what it does. If you can math
I
it
don't know
out.
why it hasn't been scrolling down on that.
I think just roll 20 is just broken.
It's roll 20. It acts up a lot.
But this is why I need to know now, because it's a prepared spell, not a cantrip. So I need to know how many times I need to be casting it of the 5 castings I have a day.
I mean, my attire is somewhat exotic in these parts anyway. It should suffice. Probably just need to cover up the one wound.
I have mending for that.
Yeah, please.
Alright, I got 1 casting and mending. Anybody else need anything?
I'm just trying to find an outfit that Ssapriina would probably wear, considering she's not used to wearing formal anything.
Go with like some sort of military garb.
I already put what I was wearing.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something like something along the side of that, like
Looking for a fancy noble's robe because I don't get often dressed up. Wait, did we get to keep the clothes?
Yes.
Ooh. Yes, I definitely want a fancy noble's robe.
Mm.
If it's there.
Yeah, you can get a whatchamacallit?
Yes. now I have fancy noble robe, and well, with the restyle, I could possibly make it a fancy looking combat robe. Loving it. Life is good.
What do you think about this one? That robe. That's a pretty fancy robe.
That's too fancy.
Alright. What about that one?
Kind of like the second one over the first one.
Yeah. That's looking pretty good.
I put mine in the in character because it's just like it makes sense for her. Like it still gives her the freedom, but it's still like a long drapey outfit.
The second one looks like you belong in Game of Thrones.
Still looking.
I mean, this is actually going to be an alternate image of Raisetsu's portrait, but the clothing on it is basically what I'm going to be wearing.
There's the third option.
What if?
See what's
Oh. Why do I recognize that style?
The artist tag is in the bottom right.
No, but I mean the style of the outfit. Like I feel like I should know what that's called.
It's usually called like Shinto or something. Miko.
Because I recognize like how the armor is layered and the like and the skirt and all that, but I just cannot remember what it's called. That's classy. It's cool that we have to keep these because it might come in handy later, but who knows?
Well, when we go to, kill the king, the other king, like, we should dress fancy. It is a king after all.
Is that magic in the cape, hun?
I don't know.
So I mean, you have on the white robe, and then you have on that cape, and that cape looks out of place, but only because it's magical.
It's a very light, cheap magic to make it just shimmer and change colors.
So basically, magical sequence.
Is this fancy enough?
Yeah, I think you could get away with that. You look like you would work in the palace wearing that.
The soldier sensibility. Necromanager.
I only shared that in randoms because I didn't want to like disrupt the flow of the story with something silly.
Nah, you're good. So,
Oh,
you guys have the not a mansion, but you have a manor set aside.
Alright. This is my
You
final answer.
Aren't we all classy?
Look, if you're trying to be fancy, you need a cape.
Also, I'm gonna put this out of character because this just looks good.
Oh damn.
That just reminds me of a assassin. Like
Looks like something the
Ezio
Shogunate
Auditore.
would wear.
Reminds me of. What
it does remind me of Ezio, but I also
It reminds me a bit of that, but more reminds me of Gruda from Warframe, because she has like red sashes that come off of her arms.
Okay, so we were lent basically a villa and brand new clothes.
yes, you were. So the rest of the day is yours. It is tomorrow morning that things are.
We weren't given her rewards, so we can't do a shopping episode.
I mean, we could still explore and get a lay of things now that we have a place to come back to.
I'm gonna look and see if I can find Stinky Pete's.
I feel like just taking a peruse around, just getting an idea of the perimeter and everything and what's around.
Also trying to get used to looking like a fancy person. Trying to keep my cape out of the mud.
I don't know what I would do.
Where? Give me.
What would I do?
Not. Oh.
Since we're gonna
Okay.
be here.
So sorry about that. I am done. So,
So
what were you gonna be saying there, Shadow? Because kind of interrupted you with me getting back.
I was more muttering to myself. I'm trying to think of what I'd be doing and how much time we may be spending here.
Fair enough.
I mean, since some lodging is provided, I guess we don't need to worry about that, but we still do have an entourage. I'm not sure if they're generous enough to give beds over to the whole caravan.
Not the whole caravan. They're working through with all of the refugees, but a few of them were singled out to basically be less. Basically, they gave up their ability to count themselves in the refugees for aid and whatnot, and instead got to follow you guys. Notably, Gradlid, Tavern Keep, Wheelwright.
this is a villa. We can't tell how many bedrooms there are in this thing.
I mean, it's. I'm going to say that for now, it's got enough.
We are collecting a camp following.
Yes, you are. So, you guys just not really do much of anything until the next morning.
Other than exploring a little bit and getting a feel for the town, not so much for me.
I might help out with logistics for refugees, but I can't imagine that there'd be too much to do.
I'd probably join Ssapriina and trying to see what's around town, just trying to pay attention to shops and like.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
We're in that awkward stage where it's a gray zone of too low level to do a lot of things, not enough time to do other things.
Yeah, that's why I figured
You
just get a
can-
layout.
You don't have enough time to do other things. Get them started. Come back to them. Okay. Well, you guys don't seem to have much in the way of ideas. So, we'll just skip forward to you guys are all in your fancy dress and you're heading towards the meeting with the gang.
I didn't find Stinky Pete's Tavern.
No.
That was succinct.
The place was always really dirty, so they might have done away with it.
Health code violation.
Probably. They have to up standards in a fancy city like this now.
So you guys are brought in and to see the king. As you go into the palace, the same marble that his all of the buildings seem to be made out of. The palace itself appears to be carved straight from this marble. It's not just stone stacked up, it's shaped. The entire building, a single piece of marble, it seems. Iron braziers line the walls as you enter, lit, but the sun shines down from the ceiling as you enter the audience chamber of the royal court. This natural sunlight just flooding the room with light, and even where the firelight reaches, the orange glow of the flame is drowned out by the pure white light of the environment around it. In the center of the hall is a long table with a representation of the entire city, the entire country on it. Mountains rendered in fine detail in this carved wooden relief mat. And around the table is Martin and three other figures who you have not seen before. One of them bearing a red cape, long golden hair, and a silver crown across his head, is obviously the king. With him are two more advisors. One, a stocky, sturdy man, almost possibly taller than Ssapriina. A finely crafted suit of full plate, made from mithril with golden filigree, stands at the edge. Stands next to the king. The two are arguing, very animated. At the other end of the table is a next to Martin is a woman in a flowing blue robe, long black hair, elven features, though probably not full elf. A bag of coins is the only thing that clues you in to her purpose as the head of merchants and mercantilism. Martin, the ranger master, the Mark, the Ranger Master, Matilda, the head of the Merchant Guilds, Voxtrin, the large man, captain of the guard, general of the Drankin armies. And Kryn, the young ruler of the nation. You walking in does seem to interrupt their discussion, their arguments. Upon seeing you, Martin speaks up and goes, "My lord, it appears the help has arrived. These are the adventurers I was telling you about. Able to quickly and effectively dispatch the forces of evil found along our coast. Bandits, goblins, necromancers, and their hordes."
Gradlid tries to go for like a fancy bow. Awkwardly, because he doesn't know fancy protocol.
That's the same as me. I attempt to bow to show some respect, but I'm uncomfortable in the outfit.
Kryn,
Gradlid elbows her and says, I think you need the curtsy, not bow.
Kryn, to his credit, just looks over and says, "Drop the formalities. We need your advice, and we need it now." And he motions for you to approach the table.
Okay.
Okay, no circumstance. Got it.
So, as you approach the table, what you see are buildings laid upon it. Some you recognize as rooks, basically from chess. There is one where Drankin could be. There are others dotted around the fortresses of the nation, like most likely. You also see little houses. Honestly think a wooden version of the little Monopoly houses. They are also dotted around the defenseless cities and towns throughout. There are some indicators of military might around the board, but what you see a stark lack of is any representation of the enemy's forces. As you approach, Kryn says, "We have very, very little intel to go off of right now. This bandit before keeps hitting us. And every time we track back to a campsite, it has been abandoned with no trace of where they might have gone until we are hit again elsewhere. 1,000 little cuts coming from every direction. We are trying to figure out what they are wanting to hit so that we can provide a tempting target. You have dealt with some of these bandits before. What were they after?
Did we ever learn their true objective?
I mean, the guy we interrogated basically told us he wasn't the main person we needed, so I don't remember much else.
Yeah, but they were
Um,
attacking the town for a reason.
the zombie horde was a distraction. No, it was meant to clear it out to use as a base of operation.
Yeah.
I'm really bad at memory things.
Mm.
It was either a distraction or meant to clear it out for a base.
Wasn't a straight line to the capital, so it was going to be used as a base.
Oh yeah, it was a launching point for the capital. Right.
Doesn't really help. It's basically that just means their objective is attack the capital.
But it sounds like they've already done that a few times.
Well,
Yeah.
no, they're attacking, the kingdom.
Mm.
Yes.
So us probably saving Longtown kind of made it so that they have to do a lot more hit and runs instead of focusing into Longtown to go after the capital. Why would bandits be going after the capital? That's the main question.
Well, it sounds like they have an actual chance, or somebody is backing them to the point where they feel like their fighting power is sufficient.
They're probably being backed by what's the kingdom again that we're fighting against? The primary bad guys of the war.
It is. I just have to go. I have to go back to the thing. Grappers.
They might be backed by Grappas, and that's why they're trying to go after the capital.
I mean,
Putting
bandits
pressure on the
attacking the
capital.
capital is a bold move, but
Yeah, they have to have been financed by something because that feels reckless.
yes,
Yeah,
well,
Grappers.
it's one thing that bandits attack a capital, but it's another that they're succeeding.
Yeah.
And one thing that is like blaring on my mind is how do mere bandits manage to evade a nation? And the only thing I can think of is inside information, a traitor, a spy.
Where's the mole?
That's what I'm afraid of. Somebody has to be feeding them information about our trip against that. Also, to clear things up, Matilda speaks from the edge of the table. I do not believe that they are specifically attacking the capital. I do believe
it might be an end objective.
Well, I believe that they are setting themselves up to be able to raid the trade routes coming in and out of the capital. To choke us out, so to speak.
Yes, they
That
are
would make more sense.
indirectly assaulting. Like where we came from.
It would be more attainable. It would get them wealth, and it would hurt the capital.
It's also, yeah, just a more realistic objective for smaller groups.
So they're planning to take Longtown with a horde of zombies to raid the main trade route leading into the capital.
Yeah, if they can block the trade routes, then the capital itself would just would become harder.
Tank their economy.
Which would shift focus off of the front lines.
Mm-hmm.
Which still makes me think that Greg starts with a G. Grappers has a part to play in this.
Inspiration points open.
Huh?
Sorry, a hero point.
Oh yay!
Nice.
So, if you've already suspected a spy, and you are having trouble clearing out small guerrilla groups, then the problem is we have little information ourselves. I guess.
Well, then I guess the first thing we need is more info.
Yeah.
Do they have like a map showing what places have been hit?
He will, within the day, or not within the day, he will, as soon as possible, have one delivered to the manor. With info on the attacks, how recent it's been, etc., etc.
Because we use these hit and run tactics quite a bit during the war to hit supply lines and then just disappear before reprisal could come. If I can see if there's a pattern or like spots that haven't been quite hit yet that should have been hit, I can at least narrow down where they might hit next. Out of character, I'm just trying to use my warfare lore.
That is actually really, that's a really good idea, Xopan.
Yay.
Words I did not think I would expect to say so soon.
I know, especially with how foggy my brain is today.
So, he needs more information. So, you will be notified immediately upon information coming in, whether that be a raid has happened or Spark's Rangers actually find something.
And then meanwhile, I'll be trying to whittle down potential attack locations.
Yes. But I would say that is a successful discussion.
Yes. Now, the question is, will we just be going out to certain locations and just trying to find clues, I guess?
Yeah, is this gonna be like a scout thing that we're doing at the moment?
Well, I
we should
mean,
wait
you-
for Gradlid's insight, but
Yeah.
it should help us get a little better direction than just sifting through the sand.
I want you to be as strong as you can. The king says to you. Be ready to leave at a moment's notice. We will do the scouting, and when we find something, we will come to you. Your group will be able to go off, aid with anybody requiring assistance anytime there is disturbances. I will send you off in that direction. When you are off, you can look for, you can do that. But until that time, I just need you ready. I don't know what will be coming next, and I want to keep my cards close to the chest. Now, that being said, you have done a great deal for this nation thus far, and as such, your reward will be given forthright. Matilda, as he calls her name, she approaches the center of the table where everybody is and looking, and takes the coin purse off of her waist and hands it out to you guys.
Okay.
Let me open up my thing.
Inside that coin purse is, let's see, there's 6 of you. Yeah. There are 6,000 platinum pieces. 600 platinum pieces.
I
I
said,
was gonna say,
I was about to say,
what?
what?
Sorry, I was thinking in my head 6,000 gold pieces, but then I realized they wouldn't have over 1,000 gold pieces in a single bag. No, it's probably 600 platinum. And then the two got confused as the information went to my mouth.
6,000.
I
was
like
like, that was an expensive job.
That is.
save a town, get enough money to buy a castle, and we just retire then and there.
Screw that. I don't. You know what? Grab the wheel, right? Grab all the money.
No.
Grab the 6,000. We're
That,
just
that
gonna
would be enough for the
outright buy.
walking castle.
Exactly.
We
I was
just,
gonna say.
we just march our walking castle straight on the Grappers.
Oh,
Take it out ourselves.
Here's the question:
No.
Can we actually drive the walking castle? Probably not.
I mean, we have enough time and money to try.
Well, we definitely have enough money at that point.
So what are you doing with your 1,000 plat?
100 platinum pieces, which equals about 100 platinum for each person, which means you guys got a lot of money. And in order to stay in the city until something happens.
So that's equivalent to 1,000 gold, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So, that means shopping episode.
Yay! Best kind of episode.
Okay.
Well, that definitely covers
Well.
my magic staff. I feel like this is due for some more cheerful music.
I don't have cheerful music. I'm sorry.
I mean, I can put some on, but that'll only be for the stream.
Yeah, that one's not cheerful.
It's sorrowful music for the what our pox will end up looking like after the shopping episode.
That's fair.
So, how much did we get
This
each?
is actually the most cheerful I have.
Dystopian
And it-
guitars.
Yes. It is, okay? I only added some 12 or so songs to Roll20 so far out of the couple hundred. Some I can't add, the files are too big.
Boo. All right. So you know what? I'm gonna ask DM then.
Yes.
Do you want Waterkeep? Tavern music, Hidden Valley, or the Wild Hunt?
Hidden Valley.
And to answer your question, Turtle, it's 100 plat or 1,000 gold, if you want to keep track of it gold-wise.
Oh.
Hidden Valley's not that happy, but it's kind. I mean, it is, but it's also very mystical and ambient. I don't know. It's very. It's hard to describe for me.
Well, we're in a rich city.
Yeah, it's not city. Like, I mostly use this one as, like, the intro music.
Like, you can do your own music, but yeah.
That's fine.
I can maybe make it.
Lots of money.
Do I have to have magical crafting to transfer runes?
What do you need the magical crafter to do?
I want to once I get the Staff of Divination, I want to transfer the runes from my regular staff to the Staff of Divination.
That would probably be dismantling and then reapplying, so I'm assuming, yes, you'll need me to do the magical crafting.
I could help them.
Hey, Shadow.
Wait, can I get a greater staff? I could.
I'm 23 gold short from trying to find a cauldron of flying.
What's that doing for you?
It's just one pilot space. Hold on a second, I'm reading it.
Hey, what's BT mean?
Broken threshold. It is how much damage an item can take before it's unusable. Now, if it goes below broken threshold, it breaks, but as long as the durability doesn't reach 0, it's still repairable.
Okay, so the cauldron is just... It acts as a normal cauldron. However, when it's empty, a single person can hop inside using a ladle, broomstick, or similar, and start flying the damn thing around.
Wait,
It,
one
it
more time.
flies for a speed of 30 feet.
You hop in and use a ladle, like, so it's basically an air rowboat kind of thing.
Yeah, the ladle's no. So the ladle is a flight stick.
Okay. So you're flying the cold. What's the size limit for people being in it?
1.
So you're
No, I
Baba
mean,
Yaga, basically.
Person size.
It is a single person unit.
So
Apparently it also counts as cover.
Well, yeah, cauldrons are pretty deep.
It's literally Baba Yaga's mode of transport. You become the
Or-
swamp.
That reminds
Or-
me of John Wick.
Hear me out. You give me 500, and we just get a mobile inn.
Does it fly?
Where's the Oh, I see it.
Damn it, I gotta look this up now, I guess.
See, here's the problem with the mobile inn. That's basically a DC 14 check for me to drive the damn thing. Please remember, driving checks are a thing.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's DC 15 for me.
Yeah, that's not quite gonna be
It's a little difficult to hit.
feasible at the moment.
I mean, all we gotta do is hit level, what is it? I think it's like 13 or 14. And then we just gotta get a door with wheels on it. And then we can have whatever we want.
The hell are you talking about?
Magnificent mansion. All I need is a doorway to cast it on, and we can...
Oh, right. Damn it. I forgot you could do that.
But I just...
You know what? We do have enough for... I do have enough personally for an armored carriage. So, then all I gotta do is look up what kind of weaponry we need.
To put on another rune, I first have to get the weapon potency rune, right?
Oh, okay.
If your weapon is +1, then you can put stuff like striking runes on it.
So what do we do with that?
Chopping.
Wait a minute.
There's a playwright.
Oh,
Oh.
So, can I assume that the wheelwright and I can find an actual wheelwright or another shop or something in this town, city, capital?
sure.
I'm specifically looking to see if I can pick up an armored carriage. It is one level above us.
Alright, I could definitely gotta grab a bag of holding.
Oh, that is a good point.
Simply a type 2.
I mean, yeah. This would be something. This would be a thing that has armored carriages.
Oh joy. Well, if that's the case, how much can I sell the clockwork wagon for to replace it with the armored carriage?
Could we use carriage salesman?
I'd like to trade it in. You know, this is.
Give me a diplomacy check.
All right.
Don't let them rip you off.
You know, I usually leave the diplomacy to my wife because I am not actually even trained in diplomacy. If I'm talking to another craftsman, I can give a crafting check.
Give me a diplomacy check, Spark Mage.
So can I make it?
Hey, it wasn't red.
No, but if Yorm or Ssinssrigg die, we will see one. We will see her again.
Wait, who?
Red.
Ah, god damn it. I walked into that. He's willing to buy it for 30 gold pieces.
30? Wait, hold on. How much was this thing?
It was 160.
Yeah.
160, so it was 80 for the raw materials.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I'm not taking less than... Can I use crafting and spout, like, between how many man hours it took to put this thing together and the fact that I built it myself and the materials that went into it, that is master craftsmanship here. Between two masters of their craft.
Give me a Fine. Give me a crafting check.
I want at least 60.
$50.
I can take 50 trading credit. Alright.
Alright. There you go. You see him pull out basically, in his inspections, he's doing an arcane mark, and he, upon realizing that everything is, all hunky-dory and everything is, like, top tier, he prices it for resale at 200.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. No, that's fair enough. I'm not happy, but yeah, alright.
Alright. I know what I want.
Okay.
I want a sturdy shield.
Okay.
I want to have my my flail be a +1 crushing flail.
Okay.
And I want my javelin to be a +1 returning javelin.
Alright.
And I want to have full plate.
And you can afford all this.
Yeah, it's
Even the full plate?
yeah, it's 305 gold.
Okay. 305 gold for the full plate.
For all
Okay.
that. For everything.
Alright.
And we got 1,000 platinum pieces, right? About 100 each.
Yes.
Which is
Alright.
equal to 1,000 gold.
Okay, so that's
Which I find just makes it easier to do math. Such a bad idea. I've been reminded that a necklace of fireballs is a thing.
Yeah.
it's a minor sturdy shield.
Hey, Xopan.
Yes.
While you are, shopping, a voice called out to you. Like,
I'm like hearing the occasional syllable.
Okay, sorry. Child of steel and lightning in your veins. Would you like to possibly see what the future holds? Or perhaps reclaim memories long lost?
So I look around for wherever the fuck that creepy ass voice is coming from.
There's a tent. Purple, green stripes. And you see illuminated by a single candle through the flaps of the tent is an old woman hunched over the table, shuffling a deck of cards.
How much would that cost?
A favor.
Do I get to know the favor beforehand?
Why, yes, of course, of course.
Then what would said favor be?
You need to tell the man from beyond the stars that his time is running out here. The fates have finally started conspiring against him.
Ah, tinnitus, please, come on.
I'll type it out for you.
No, I heard everything. Just my tinnitus kicked in after that.
Oh, okay.
It also made me lose my train of thought.
You need to tell the man from beyond the stars that his time is running out.
Yeah.
The fates are finally conspiring against him.
Who's this man beyond the stars?
You have met him before. You will see him again. A name I cannot say. He wears as many names as he has faces.
Well, I had an idea of who it was, but now I'm very confused. Did I by chance see him during the war?
Yes?
Okay. Alright then, I accept the favor and I'll take my fortune.
She sits and shuffles cards. Humming. Almost singing. The light coming from the street spilling into the tent is dimming. The candlelight, it seems it fills up the space. Then the humming stops. She draws her first card. The first card she draws is the Queen of Swords. You had followed one who spoke so well, so fluently. Nothing was beyond him. You relished the opportunity to see him trade words with others. His quick tongue and natural witticism witticisms. To you, they made him the greatest ruler you had seen.
The greatest what?
The greatest ruler you had seen. The smartest. The fastest of thought. For the second card, she draws the new a card of change. The world around you is changed as you slept. It is changed as you have walked through it. You have made a mark on this world. And the marks you have made on the world before have since been erased. Will you be able to enact enough change to shine like the new moon, like a full moon in the sky? Or will you be not but a dream as time ticks by? For her third card, she draws the Two of Wands. You will soon, sometime soon, all things are relative, of course, time being the most relative of all, but soon you will be given a choice. Remember to plan your choices carefully. The energy of excitement doubles, triples, it continues to grow. But do not let that excitement burn you. Make your choice. Make it with confidence. The world will be in your hands. Whether or not you listen, whether or not you make the right choice, yet to be seen. Those are your three cards. And mechanically, because the future held a choice, you can at some point tell me to, within like 5 minutes of you making a choice, just let me know if you want to instead make the other one. Because I know you are not one for normally thinking things all the way through. But, I'll give you a retcon.
Yay.
What? What? You might need it. So don't use it too rashly now.
Retcons are good for people like me.
They are. One of the reasons it's what you got. And as a reminder for you there, Xopan, I sent you a message.
Yay, cards. So he's gonna get up and say, well, thanks for the entertaining story. I'll be sure to pass along your message.
Yeah.
And then he goes to do more war shopping.
Very good. As you pass by that street a little later, the tent is gone, by the way.
Yeah, he's not going to be surprised by that. Creepy lady telling fortunes and then randomly disappearing seems about on brand.
What you got against fortunes?
Nothing, I'm just saying. You know, lady trying
It's
to tell
the-
my
it's
fortune
the
then disappearing. Just-
It's the creepy fortune tellers. He's got something that he gets.
honestly, I would have felt kind of gypped if, you know, it didn't disappear. The disappearing lends some credibility to it.
It lends credibility to the creepy lady in the alleyway.
Like if she was still there, I'd be like, huh. Maybe she's just an ordinary fortune teller. But no, that just absolutely disappearing. It's like, oh, okay, that might be interesting.
Well, like, that was more worth it than if she'd just, regularly just been there.
Then again, I guess the first two cards was the I've been forgetting a lot of words lately. Establish credibility. Considering that most people wouldn't know that kind of stuff.
I mean, those first two cards were, the three cards were representative of past, present, and future. So.
Energy probe.
But you specifically, well, you and Raisetsu both have a lot of fun levers that I can push and mess with, knobs to twist.
So there's a ring of sustenance. Normally it's a pretty cool item because while you're wearing it you don't need to eat or drink and you only need 2 hours of sleep per day. And then I remember, oh hey, I am a ring of sustenance.
You're a robot. You don't need any of those things.
Yeah, and I only need 2 hours of sleep. It basically simulates my natural being. Ring of Wizard. That sounds fun.
I'm not hearing a no from anybody, or a yes from anybody for that matter, for the alchemical crossbow. Who wants to be in the mounted position?
Oh, you're gonna shoot people with the crossbow?
Oh, no. This is going to be planted, this is going to be mounted on top of the,
a
armored
turret.
carriage. Yeah, this is going to be a turret.
Yes,
As
that
far as
sounds
I can
fun.
read on the rules, like, it just says ranged weapons. Like, the siege weapons all have a space requirement. So I'm assuming those are more stationary things. I'm not sure about the portable ones. I didn't really read that far. As far as weapons go, I mean, if I can just plant a repeating crossbow and attach it to the top of a wagon, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
looking around trying to find anything worth buying, really.
Oh, there's tons of things worth buying. That's what's really nice about Pathfinder.
Or am I specifically looking for siege weapons that have like a mounted?
I don't know.
What's the difference between a alchemical crossbow and a repeating heavy crossbow?
Hello?
I will look such a thing up.
Anyways, this was to be a short session because people needed to get leveled up, had RP stuff to get through, give you guys a chance, give you money, give you guys a chance to buy money. So you can continue the shopping escapades, and we'll start this back up in a couple of weeks at 5 p.m. out.
Oh wait, we are level 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said that at the end of the session.
Uh,
Yeah, I
2
leveled
minutes
up quick
before
at the
end of
beginning.
stream. Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, so I'm probably not. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be here for next session for this campaign.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah, it falls on. I believe that falls on Raging's birthday, if I recall.
It does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'd be the 25th.
So.
Except I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. I should probably call our mother about that.
Well, she just asked me myself, and I was like, well, old plans fell out, so I honestly.
I mean, I gotta at least show off a new cake.
So maybe we'll skip next week since birthday stuff. That ends up being the case. We'll keep it open. We'll continue discussing scheduling and whatnot. But people have gold to burn and things to burn it on.
Yes.
So.
Yes, bag of holding. Oh god, wait, how oh no, I gotta look up how big these are. I might just keep this going while we're just doing our shopping things, if people are interested in listening.
That works. Was gonna head out though.
Alright, have a good night.
Alright, have a good night.
Yeah, I'm
The
gonna
DM's gone anarchy.
There, now people can see what I'm trying to look at here. Sorry folks, you get to...
And to go through the archives of Nethys.
Nope, that did not go where it was supposed to. It was supposed to go right
Yeah,
there.
the heavy
Also-
cross.
At some point in this campaign, the party will have the opportunity to interact with a deck of many things.
No,
Oh,
no, no, no,
no.
no, 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 no.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
doing it.
No!
Kurt, why are you saying no? You got a fucking legendary weapon that gave you enough money to start up a guild last time we got a deck of many things. Why are
I
you
will
saying no?
remind
I'm
you,
the one
that
that
was
got
an
attacked by an
inverted
Elder
deck.
Aaron elemental.
I will remind
Huh?
you, one, that was an inverted deck. Two, it's just that the deck of many things will derail everything. I will
Yes.
remind
Oh.
you the last time you drew in that very same deck that I drew the Holy Avenger, you drew something that wound up permanently killing your Eidolon because
Not
it was supposed to
permanently.
kill.
You
It
can
was
come
supposed
back.
to kill you.
I know when and where I'm going to place it. So the chance of it derailing stuff is very low, because at that point, you guys would have the abilities to deal with most of the negative effects. However, I wanted you to know that it was out there in the world.
Oh dear.
I wanted you to know that I will not be able to resist.
I know.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah,
I'm
you
going to be I might be adding to it, because right now the deck of many things is only 22 cards for Pathfinder. It is only 22 cards. I could add it. I could add 50 more effects to that.
Oh, I am so sorry to the stream. I just realized what this looks like.
What?
Another home?
I have interesting ways of trying to make everything look pretty that don't look very good when you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
on that
Do I
specific
something else?
screen.
Yeah.
Oops.
You got the magnifying glass. You're hard of seeing.
There's a helmet that has guns on it,
Oh my god.
but
Anyways.
it fires in every direction.
Hit your own party with it.
I will talk to everybody later.
Yes, later.
Enjoy.
This
Have
is
a
Sword
good
Burst
night.
with Gunpowder. This is Sword Burst with a reload speed. Actually, what is it called now? Now I gotta look at it.
Counter spell, conceal spell, or non-lethal spell.
Well, I'm going to go to bed. I have work in the morning.
Have fun.
Night.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap up my shopping.
Night, night.
I'm actually gonna say goodnight to the stream at the very least, so... Thank you all for joining us. Should be back next week for more. I think so. Yeah, Code?
Yeah.
For Age of Ashes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I forget what havoc we're causing in that one right now. We're
You
running
are
around
climbing
the-
a wizard's tower.
Oh.
Oh yeah,
no.
we're assaulting the tower. In the middle of, a magical fucking
At least I'm not
academy.
literally
In the middle of
climbing
a city.
the
I mean, we were almost literally climbing the tower, skipping over all of the hard work Mofo put into the rest of the tower.
tower.
I mean, we did.
And-
Yeah, if I just got advanced intel.
Yeah, but then I was gonna
Wait,
try and dimensional shift to a higher point in the tower and then drop a rope for everybody else.
And then we decided against that and just climbed the tower.
Exactly.
Yeah, think of the XP loss.
I mean, we'd have to climb down the tower at some point.
Oh, please. We still have a rope hanging out the tower. And somebody that can use follow the leader, or whatever that power is. Basically, as long as you don't critically fail climbing down that thing, you can't fail. And if you do critically fail, I have to critically fail for you to fall. I think that's how it was. Either I have to critically fail, or I have to go
You have to
around.
critically fail, and the other person has to critically fail for anything to happen.
Yeah.
4th level. third one left.
Anyway, have a good night, folks, and see you next week.